If you just tuned in, we are going to be talking about the latest issue with NaCCA actually withdrawing the teacher's manual. Now, I don't know how this happened. I don't know how this LGBTQ plus agenda was sneaked into the manual. Yes, it was sneaked into the manual. The current government says that it was done by the NPP administration in 2024. The NPP administration came out to let us know that it was not done by them, but rather it was done in 2025, which has the signature for the Minister for Education there. Now, about that, people spoke about it. Conversations were had. Finally, NaCCA says they are withdrawing the teacher manual. Now, out of that, I want to ask, Emmanuel first. They brought up the whole issue. They made us aware of it. But the question here is the evidence that they have, which I actually asked him behind the scenes. What's the evidence? Because we talk about it, but do we have enough evidence to prove to people that this was done by the NDC administration and this is even really there to push that agenda? So, Emmanuel, now, your party has raised the concerns about it, but what evidence are we showing to the people?
Well, thank you very much, Rosalind. A very good morning to you and a good morning to my brother, Bashiru. A special good morning to the leadership of my party, the New Patriotic Party. A special good morning to the good people of this country who are watching us, and a special one to the good people of the Volta region who are also watching us. I want to also say that a big special greetings to the Director of External Affairs of the New Patriotic Party, the youngest External Affairs we have ever had, Stonash, the Chairperson of Canada, Madam Chairperson, Honorable Asafwaje. Special greetings to you. And then a special happy birthday to my boss, Director Intori, the Director of IT of the party. And also a special greetings to the Chairperson of the Ketu South, that is Mr. NaCCA. Greetings to all of you. And to my own constituents, the people of Angola constituency and Keta. I fall between these two constituencies. Special greetings to all of you. Now, the issue of NaCCA and their smart way of trying to apologize is a good one. It's good when you err, you apologize. I have seen the Director General trying his best to apologize because indeed it is evidence that he's incompetent. And that incompetence, is not coming from just him. So he needs to let us get him approved that that is not who he is. What is the bone of contention here? The bone of contention here is that the NDC as a political party should be ashamed of themselves. They have been caught pants down. They've been caught. And they are caught with the issue of, pardon me for your viewers' sake, for the use of this word, they've been caught with trumu content.
Let's just go with LGBTQ, please.
That's why I first of all apologize. I'm going to use the LGBTQ.
No, the reason why I'm saying this is when you say trumu, LGBTQ plus is quite big. It's way bigger than this whole word that you have used. Because
Okay, so let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. Don't worry, let's move on.
Okay.
So they've been caught pants down with some sort of content from LGBTQ. Just as you said, being sneaked into the manual for our teachers to be transferred to our kids. I don't think you'll be happy when your daughter or your boy come back home and your boy begins to tell you the kind of things we know about LGBT. Would you be happy? I don't think you would be. It is only appropriate that when you are caught, just like an armed robber, it's either you apologize for us to lessen your punishment than you trying to defend your incompetency. And that is what the likes of the NDC members are doing, instead of taking inspiration from what the NaCCA Director General is doing by pleading with the public. In one breath, they come to tell you that it is the NPP who started it. What a hogwash. NPP, they started it, and you accepted it during transition. You could not think that you came into power with the mindset of reset, for you to reset the document that was given to you. You accepted it, printed it, started giving it to students. That is a complete and arrant nonsense. It tells you that...
Your words.
Sorry. It tells you that they don't read. It tells you that they only sign documents. Not for nothing at all. I am waiting for the NDC to present a single copy of a document that tells that it is we who actually brought that. You see, when you catch a thief, the thief will be wallowing and be whining. They can't even produce. I am daring them to produce a single copy of that document, because I have a document here. Yes, I have forwarded it to your producers.
Can we see it on the screen, please?
That document has a signature of the education minister. I'm going to tag on that for them to produce that one, because it has both the one we did and the one the education minister did. And it is very, very funny for you to see my colleagues from the other side saying that it is NPP who started it and we came. Russell, let me ask you, if you are a director and your PA brings documents to you, do you read the document before you sign, or you just sign for signing's sake? It tells you clearly that the NDCs are only doing PR, normal PR, the usual PR argument. That is what they are doing. They don't read. Because when you look at the forward of one of the documents that has to do with the physical education, health, elective curriculum, it tells you clearly that Honorable Haruna Idrisu is the one who signed.
All right, let me ask you first. Is this concern about sexual orientation, or is it about how things are going to be taught in school?
It's concern the sexual orientation and how you are going to transfer it to our words. Because if you are talking about sexual orientation, regardless of it, you are going to teach it. You are going to tell the kids what it entails. So if you have a content of that, no matter what you try explaining, that content will be transferred to the kids. And there is a difference between the curriculum and the manual. And the manual is what they are giving to the teachers. And if you have a content of that in that document, it will be transferred. It will be transferred. And let me say that
the transfer we are talking about, I'm trying to help everybody understand.
Yeah.
You know, I can actually have my ward and tell my ward that, you know, right now there's something called LGBTQ+. I want you to know that this is what it is. But then again, as a Christian, the Bible frowns on it. Or as a Muslim, our Quran frowns on it. And so if you ever hear about LGBTQ, where you go places and maybe you don't know about it and somebody is trying to get you into it, you know that is wrong. But if I don't tell you at all and you go out there and somebody is trying to convince you to be a part of it, it's easy for the person to convince you. And so we say charity begins at home. The things that we tell our children in education-wise actually opens their eyes so that when they go out there, nobody can convince them and trap them into it. Maybe that's the reason why it was there.
So are you saying, by chance, are you saying that what
you use the word maybe? Okay,
I'm glad you used the word maybe. So what it means is that what you've taught your kids, that's the foundation. That's what in local parlance we call Efienyansa. Now, the kids go to school. They have to now get school sense. The school sense they will be getting, you cannot tell what the lecturer or the teacher will be teaching that kid. It is only incumbent on any smart child to dictate what the teacher, to be able to deduce what the teacher is teaching. If your child is not smart enough, whether even smart or not, the child will be taught and will want to even go and try to see. The moment you even make the attempt to even transfer a content of that, it is wrong. It is totally wrong. You don't have to. It is unacceptable. Our values does not allow us to align with those practices.
But we teach sexual orientation in school.
Sexual orientation is taught. But the definition for gender, you know what I'm talking about. The content they have brought into the document, that is what we are talking about. That is a content for LGBTQ. And that is what we are avoiding. We are saying that with immediate effect, withdraw that document from the system.
Which has been withdrawn.
Which has been withdrawn.
Okay.
However, I am of the view that our brothers from the other side should stop the blame game. Because it is very evident that one, the Director General is incompetent. The Minister of Education, Honorable Haruna Idrisu, is incompetent because he failed to peruse the document. He only signed. I don't think he was appointed as a signing minister. He was appointed to be reading documents before signing. Is he only sitting there to just be signing documents? And when issues come, let me even remind you, in the then SY Akufo-Addo administration, the same Haruna Idrisu, you recall that there was... Honorable Haruna Idrisu, if you recall that there was a similar incident that was going to happen in the SY administration, and the Honorable Minister, Honorable Haruna Idrisu, he was the minority leader at the time. He blew the alarm and called for immediate withdrawal of that whole thing from the system. Today, and I keep saying that God doesn't like bonnet.
Okay.
Okay. You were then in opposition and you saw a similar thing. One would have expected that you would have have a proper retrospection and thoroughly read through the document before signing.
All right,
you just sign, presented it. And when we talk about it, you don't want to accept it.
Okay.
That should not be the bone of contention.
Right now, we know that it's been withdrawn, but then I want to find out from Bashiru, do you think this was actually misunderstood and it's been politicized?
Rosalind, good morning to your listeners. In fact, good morning to the good people of Savannah region. Rosalind, I think the definition we've seen in the teacher's manual is condemnable. It's awkward. I stand on this platform not to defend any definition that was found in the book. It's not in the right position to have kept it there. I think whatever we saw there ought not to have been there. When I saw the definition, I asked myself, must our students read this? With no answer, I answered myself that my students or my child or my brother have not to see that thing. The definition of a male have to be who is a male is. And the definition of a female has to be who a female is. Simple. This has no ambiguity. And it must not have any ambiguity. We were created to be males, and some were created to be females. That is what we must respect. And we must respect what we call nature. So far as we believe in the Quran, we believe in the Bible, and the Bible tells us you're a female, you're a male. The Quran tells us you're a female, you're a male, and has given us different positions to run, and activities you can do and what you cannot do. I think that it has to maintain same.
Okay.
From where I come from, a very typical traditional home, being a Muslim, in fact, my mother being a Christian, none of these religions accept this kind of definition. And I want to limit to the definition because what we saw there is a definition. That is a definition that we saw in the book. And so let me limit to the definition. Now, sexuality issues, like I said, is something that we all need to condemn with no uncertainty. Nobody needs to defend this issue. Look, Rosalind, we're in this country, and we're always quick to blame ourselves as politicians, putting ourselves into problems, leaving those who are supposed to do the work for us to see. Who are supposed to do the work? You are the journalist, right? I don't know the name of your boss. But today you are seated here, you are supposed to do the work for your boss. But anytime there's a blame, they will resort to blaming your boss. And what happens is that as long as they continue to blame your boss, that means that you will not be up and doing. Instead of you to do what you're supposed to do, you not do it. We keep blaming each other. This issue is a matter of a technocrat making an error. That the same technocrat has come out to apologize because of his act. This is simple. In fact, the government have been very swift, have seen it, and has instructed the Minister of, the rightful authority to withdraw that. And as we speak, you wouldn't see that in the books again. In fact, the teacher manual, I want to correct one thing my brother Emmanuel mentioned here. The teacher manual does not belong to students. It belongs to teachers.
Man, I never said belongs to. I said there's a difference between curriculum and teacher manual. So don't
but there's a difference. There's actually a difference.
That's what I said. Don't misrepresent.
Why he said?
I'm seated right.
Why he said it?
No, he said.
No, don't misrepresent.
Wait, let him make him point. You said what?
He said that the manual was given to teachers which students are already accessing.
No.
I heard it right.
What are you saying?
I heard it right.
Wait.
But then let's continue. Don't chop into my time,
because
please.
I know he said for sure that I heard the word curriculum, I heard the word manual. He said it. But he said that in the manual, it will be taught by these teachers to the children. That's what he said.
He didn't say it will be taught. That the student has already started assessing it. I heard him very well.
All right.
But that's fine.
Okay.
So in any case at all, this current government have been very swift in instructing the rightful authority to withdraw it from our books. That shows the commitment at which we are willing to follow what we said when we were in opposition. This means that what we said was not just because we wanted to win political power, but we meant it. There's an error made by a technocrat. A politician has come to apologize for that. The person who made the error has also come to apologize for that. And let's move on. You see, I'm surprised and I get worried when I hear NPP people trying to be hypocritical about these matters. The difference between the NPP and NDC is that you were defending the acts. You were saying that let's allow sexualities in our books. And the NDC was saying that no, let's don't allow it. And I can show you proofs of people who were saying that, who were defending the issue of sexuality. Their own person, Mr. Napo. That is it, Mr. Napo. Please. Napo clarifies issues around comprehensive education, that he was defending it. And if you want, I can. Look at it. You can. I am telling you.
I like evidence.
No, you can read it. You can read it. You can read it.
But it's not downloading yet. It's still not. It's not even downloading. So, okay, it's now downloading. Okay. So it says that, and this is what NAPO clarifies issues around comprehensive sexuality education, and it says running mate for New Patriotic Party, Dr. Napo has defended the NPP's role in introducing comprehensive sexuality education into Ghana's curriculum during an exclusive interview on GTV Breakfast Show. Napo disclosed that they received letters from GES 2017 and 2019 directing the inclusion of CSE guidelines. In July, this is what he said, in July, there was a draft guideline for comprehensive sexuality education that had come out of the curriculum that was done. And in April, when we finished with the curriculum, we got a letter from Ghana Education Service to National Council for Curriculum and Assessment, NaCCA, on 29th of April.
I think it's okay.
No, that they should insert guidelines for comprehensive sexuality education in Ghana. They should insert it into our new curriculum, right? And that is this book. Okay, so he defended it.
So he defended it. So please, it's my time. Let me be done, please. So when I say he defended it, the core members of NPP stage to defend the act of sexuality. They were telling myself and you, teach our children how to do those things.
No.
That's why I'm using the word those things. Rosalie.
Let's just say that it was in the book.
Okay, well, just as you want it to be, but that is it. But then, they stage a defense to the act. And that is different from what NDC do. In fact, NPP formed they went and formed a committee to defend this particular thing. No, please. But the thing went to a committee. The committee went to approve it before you people started defending the whole matter. Now, isn't it? If one, we can read it further for you to hear. So this whole matter was defended by the NPP people. Today, you come and sit at these studios. Joy Prime, the great Joy Prime, trying to be hypocritical about this matter, trying to compare yourself to the NDC. Please, it's not even a thin line, it's a thick line. We are rejecting it outright. The fact that something has entered there does not mean that we are supporting it. And the person in charge who was supposed to look and make sure that thing never entered there, the person has come to apologize. The government has taken drastic steps. From when we saw, the day we saw it was the day we expunged it from the records. So there's nothing like any definition of who is a male and trying to massage the definition of a male in the books. This is commitment, this proactiveness.
Please, can you share this with the producer?
Yes, I will share it with the producer. You understand? So this whole matter boils down to the fact that NPP, you supported, like you said, we shouldn't be using those words, but you supported the issue of lesbianism. You supported the issue of teaching our children sexualities in school. President Mama says that no is his no. And you know one thing I like about the NDC? When they know they have wronged, they come out to say we have wronged.
All right, so I'm talking about that. How can?
But the NPP keeps defending it.
That's fine, but talking about this, how can government and NaCCA or NaCCA actually improve communication to people to prevent this confusion? Because it looks like communication has been the problem.
You see, as for communication, it's very important. Just as we are seated here, we are all doing communication. I think they have their own style of making sure they send out information to people. And that is for them to do that. This is a wake-up call to them to strengthen their communication, to strengthen their review and whatever they do before books come out. I think this is just a wake-up call for anybody that is supposed to supervise it, to make sure the person supervises it well and make sure any content that is being put in the book or something that is supposed to go to our student must be reviewed and looked at not once, not twice, but severally before the thing comes out. We are not in a rush. In as much as we are in a rush to reset the country, does not mean that we are in a rush to bring out things that will not conform with the will of the people of Ghana. And so I would commend the Minister of Education. I will commend the Minister of Education, Honorable Haruna Idrusu, for the swiftness at which he has come out to say withdraw it, and it has been done.
You know, there's a concern that he didn't even read it and he signed.
Oh, look, that is what I'm saying. That this is a wake-up call for all of us. That whenever a thing of this sort comes out, we must make sure that we go through it very well. Because I know that Honorable Haruna Idrusu wouldn't have signed the document.
But he did.
If he had cited it.
Okay.
If he had cited it, from where I sit, nothing will let me believe that he would sign it.
Then this becomes a concern, a very big concern or a very big worry. Because the kind of documents that are presented to you as a minister, if due diligence is not done, one day you could end up in jail.
That is why he is not defending the action. And in fact, this one is sexuality, right?
Yes. Who knows what will happen next?
Absolutely. And so that's why I say that it's a wake-up for all of us. It is a wake-up for every minister. It's a wake-up for any technocrat that is supposed to supervise any work that is done by subordinates before it even comes out to the public domain. And so we are not defending the action in any ways. I'll be so shameless to come and sit at the studios to defend it. But what I would hate, or what I hate, is any person trying to be hypocritical about this particular matter. When your core members were gathering people to support it, it took us decades, several times, to call on Dr. Baumia to come and speak on this issue of sexuality. He was quiet. Until one day he went to Kumasi and the Malam said that you must say it. Before Dr. Baumia mentioned that, and he spoke against it at that Kumasi. So if they had not even forced him, he wouldn't have even condemned that action or that particular thing that NPP people was defending at that point in time.
All right.
So there's a clear difference between NDC and NPP.
Okay.
A very thick line.
We hear you,
between NDC and
Bashiru.
NDC.
Now, you at home will join us at exactly 7:40. I'm giving you the time. 7:40, you are joining us on Zoom to share your opinion on this particular matter. But we are going to round this conversation up so we can move into the next one. But I just want to find out from you, looking at this, how can we communicate with transparency to parents? Because if parents are in the known, these things will not be happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so that's good. That leads me to what he tries to purport out there by trying to lie to the public about what Honorable Napo said. Whatever he said here is a complete lie. He's lying on your platform. And I'm going to, the gentleman.
But you read it, right?
Please hold on.
You read it, Bashiru.
You read about what? Sexuality education. Is that not what he talked about? Now, let me school him on this platform. There is a difference between sexuality education and homosexuality. There is, and I'm going to read to you. Don't worry, we'll go into the details.
I don't have that time.
There is a difference between sexuality education and homosexuality. And you see, let me even let you know, sexuality education in Ghana is an approach to teaching young people about sexual and reproductive health, relationships, and rights. That is what sexuality education means. You can look at what homosexuality also talks about.
You want me?
So when you sit here,
You want me to come in?
you can come in.
Okay, I'm coming in to let you know that this particular issue that we are talking about is to do with the same thing we are talking about now.
And I'm telling you, no, he lied by saying that Napo said something. Did you query him? Did you push him to? He said shit on that. Is that what Napo said?
Emmanuel, I read from GBC Online.
That Napo said that we should inculcate LGBTQ.
Emmanuel, that is not what was said.
But that is what the gentleman is saying. You did not push him to clarify.
Emmanuel.
This is a public platform. For Christ's sake.
Emmanuel,
the honorable member did not say that.
Emmanuel, those who have watched us at home this morning know what I read. I didn't say that. I said.
But that is what he was pushing out here. He said we are hypocritical.
Can I land, please?
I'm listening to you.
So I read a statement. In fact, I read a news article by GBC Online, an interview that was granted. And that time he was a running mate for the NPP. They questioned him about the same thing.
LGBTQ?
Wait.
LGBTQ?
Please, let me land. Please. They questioned him about the same thing that we are talking about, which was in that book, Teacher Manual. And he said it was on recommendation from NaCCA.
NaCCA.
And it was put in the book. And that is why they put it in the book. So he defended that. It was put in the book because it was on recommendation. That is what I read.
And he mentioned LGBTQ?
Are we not talking about sexual orientation?
He mentioned LGBTQ. He mentioned the gender definition.
Do you remember that conversation?
He mentioned the gender. Let's not even go there. But you see, the point must be clear.
Okay.
That Napo never said that. As far as I am concerned.
I read something.
That is why when you're in a classroom, you don't expect other students to understand or comprehend the same way. My way of understanding is completely different from what you are reading. So I will not sit on this platform where even the things I said on this platform, he right in front of me, he's even telling me that I said something different.
Which I said you didn't say.
Yeah, so good. I am saying that.
So can we be fair?
He cannot
that if
be
Roslyn says something, and
we should be fair by saying when Napo said it.
No, I didn't say that. Can we be fair that I read something because you said
of course you read, but it does not also mean that that is what Napo said. It does not mean that that is what Napo said.
We hear you.
President.
Why? I'm talking. Why?
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
Let him talk, please.
So
it's his time.
No.
Okay.
Thank you.
No, you sit here, and when I'm talking about manual and curriculum, you want to distort the conversation. And you see, when you put a court pants down, and you don't have anything to say, then you want to rope in unnecessary things. You want to misrepresent the facts. I never said whatever you are purporting over here. And let me also remind you that the definition given for gender, we all heard it. And I'm glad that you have accepted that, the director have also accepted that you've heard. For the first time, I'm meeting somebody from the other side who is accepting. But the anxiety, the pressure coming from your end to put it out there that NPP is defending. Let me put on record that NPP never formed any committee to defend whatever you are talking about. If you have any proof, put it out over here. This is a public platform. I don't know. I've never been part of any committee. I speak for the opposition party, and I've never spoken on this issue as far as whatever he's saying is concerned. So please, when you are speaking, speak to facts and stop drifting away from the issue. We were in this country. If there is anybody who is so deceptive, if there is anybody who is so hypocritical, it should be you and your NDC. The likes of Sam George, the likes of the honorable member for Northtown, and the likes. They spoke in this country very loud in the streets, calling for demonstration. The likes of Sami Jemfi and the rest. What did we hear in this country? Today, the same issue is being roped into the document in the night, and we caught them in that night, just like the way we catch armed robbers. The Bible says that what? The thief cometh to steal, to kill, and to destroy. But I have come to give you life and give you more abundantly. That is why we have caught you, and we want to give hope and life to the good people of this country. As far as our kids are concerned, we will not allow you and your deceptive government to sneak that so preposterous and scandalous content into our manual and transfer it to our kids.
All right.
It will never be allowed in this country.
Okay, Emmanuel,
Rosalie.
this is what I have to say, Bashiru, before you come in. Sometimes when I sit here, I get sad because we play too many politics with our lives. What is this?
Just as
That
I
is
said.
what?
Wait. There's too much politics.
With what?
Wait, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to my people out there.
We are on the same side.
Don't worry.
If you are referring to my statement, Rosalie, I don't think you want to be happy with
you haven't made me land. Let me land. And I have every right and every opportunity as the host to make my point to my viewers. You see, as citizens, it's about time we caution politicians about politics with our lives. It's about time we make politicians know that this is ours. When it comes to the lives of children, this NDC NPP thing must be put on the side. And we must deal with the matter head on. It's about time. And we are blaming party A, blaming party B. It doesn't help. For me as a parent, it doesn't help. For me as a parent, what I want is the right thing to be done and not blame games. Because the blame games will never take us anywhere. It will always bring us back to square one. I'm not saying this because of Emmanuel's comment or because of Bashiru's comment. Because both of them have made it. They've all said it. They've all blamed everybody. So Emmanuel, it's not about you. Bashiru blamed NAPO. You have blamed the NDC government. Where did it take us? Where? Anyway, make your point.
Rosalind, I think you have become, instead of, let me say, being a host, my brother Emmanuel has turned you to a guest.
I'm not a guest. I am a concerned
I said he has turned you to a guest. He has turned you to a guest. But then he said he wanted to educate me, right? But you ended up educating him. I was very happy. That was why I was seated quietly. You see, I was quiet. I was very comfortable when he was talking. I expect that he should be comfortable. Rosalind, the good news is that as a parent...
In 2 minutes, please.
Okay.
No, I mean...
okay, I should make my point. Okay,
yes, sorry,
so,
because of time.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So the good news is that you as a parent, your child might be in school or will be going to school. You are fortunate that currently you have a listening government, that you have lauded your voice. They have heard you. What is not supposed to be learnt by your child has been expunged. Is that not what you want? We are not getting to see a particular government that stood and said, no, we are not going to expunge it. We're going to leave it in our books for students to read it. And it became a whole matter for several months in this country.
Can we stick to it without politics? I really want us to.
I'm sure this.
So if it's possible for us, let's talk about how we can be transparent to parents. How can we be transparent to parents? Because it's a concern. So we are not transparent.
So Rosalie, I am doing this void of politics.
But you just said the other government.
Is it not true that the other government did that? I am being factual. I am just being factual.
Can we move into how we can fix this?
Oh, of course it has been fixed already, right? You just confirmed on this program.
The transparency.
Yes, you just confirmed on this program that thing has been expunged from it. And I'm confirming that it has been expunged from it.
My question
is... The person who kept it there, or let me say, the person who was supposed to look at it, making sure it doesn't come out for the public to see it, has come to apologize. And you wouldn't get to see it. Your child wouldn't get to see it. Your child will get to know that I am a male, I'm a male, I'm a female, I'm a female. That is the most important thing. We have to march on with it as we speak now. Look, transparency is what the parents need from us, and exactly what the NDC government is doing. The Ministry of Education, under the stewardship of Honorable Hannah Drizzle, has heard the plight of the good parents of this country, and he's doing just as they want him to do. Finito, simple as that. We don't get to prolong this whole matter, making it look like, and even for the children to go and hear that there is something people are discussing called sexuality. In fact, I have sat at this show, and you see, I chose my words very carefully. When I sat here, I told you that I want to be very careful of my words this morning. I don't want us to extend it to issues of lesbianism and gayism. If you heard me right, my initial comment, that's what I said. And I am zooming into the issue of sexuality. I never mentioned issues of homosexuality or gayism or whatever, because I wanted us to stay on point. But my brother Emmanuel tried as much as possible to veer it, to find cases, to back his talks. But fortunately on my part, you are here, you listen to me very carefully, you have ended up educating him. But then, he's supporting the murder of corruption's children.
So, I told you we should. No, you see, this one it is not about politics, and I really don't like anyway. Let's move on to another.
Rosalie, no, you
I'm moving on to
Rosalie, on a more important. Just 1 minute.
So if you give me the time, I will also come and rebut.
No, let me tell you something. It's 7:38.
You come with it. I will definitely rope in that conversation.
At exactly 7:40, my guests will have to join on Zoom. We have 2 minutes, so 1 minute each on what Honorable Felix Ofosu-Kwakye said with regards to President Dramani Mahama's achievements in 1 year. So, Ima, you have just 1 minute to make your point, please.
So first of all, let me state that for me, I will never be gaslighted by anybody, whether an advice coming from a journalist or not. Yes, we have to do things devoid of politics, but I will not be gaslighted to stop me from speaking to issues when I have to speak to issues. When we know very well that in this country, the same group of people have done the same thing. Why would you want to be sitting and be roping Dr. Bawumia and the NPP into issues? What has Bawumia done? And you could not stop him.
Did I mention Bawumia's name here?
Oh, please. When you were talking, I listened to you. I listened to you. So I will not sit here for you to rope in my party and any member of my party. You want us to talk about those who are doing that in your party? Please, don't go there. Don't go there. Don't go there. Now, let me say that this government thinks that they have achieved a lot within this 1 year, but they have achieved nothing. The only thing they have achieved, which I'm very happy of, is the fact that dollar is down. Is the fact that there is a single digit, inflation rate. That is all they've achieved. When you ask anybody, they'll tell you this is what we have achieved. But I keep saying that macroeconomic indicators do not put or cannot cook kenke and ewapele. Macroeconomic indicators cannot cook kenke and ewapele. That is a fact. Again, Honorable Felix Ofosu-Kwakye, trying to be overzealous as he claimed to describe our honorable member, who is more overzealous than him. He has the moral right, the audacity to be describing our member of parliament that overzealous, who is so pompous, who is so arrogant than him. And you see, instead of you to speak to issues, when prices of goods and services are high, instead of you to talk about it, you go and take prices from your NDC market women and come and be presenting on show to us that this price, the prices of this good is this, the prices of that
so
good
the
is
fact
this.
check from Joy Prime or Joy News.
Let me finish, then you can present that. I can tell you for a fact, just at your backyard here, there's a Kenke joint here. I bought Kenke. I mean, that is one of my favorite Kenke house. A small bottle of Kenke is 7 Ghana cedis.
What's the price of fuel at fuel pump?
You see, when I hear all of this thing, and I'm saying that it is good that the prices are good, but you see, who is misleading who? Prices of fuel, as we claim, is down. Dollar is down. Inflation rate is down. Yet still, prices of items are surging. Okay. And you don't want us to talk about it. You promised the good people of Ghana, especially the youth of this country, 24-hour economy. It has remained on your shelves. You are now forming an advisory committee. And I am happy that you form an advisory committee because we have one of our own which tells you that indeed the NPP have the men. So by way of democracy, we have good men who give you good advice. That is why we have allowed Honorable Amekplenu to be on your committee.
All right,
he will tell you what you need to know.
Thank you very much.
Not the ranting and unnecessary press conferences.
My Zoomers are on. Zoomers, 1 minute. I just want Bashiru to make his point and I come to you. Please make sure you are well dressed though. It's very important to me. Thank you. Yes, Bashiru, in 1 minute.
We are happy that Honorable Mr. Amekplenu is on the Economic Advisory Committee. We are so happy. We are thankful to him that he's also part of the committee. We are very grateful that he has accepted to be part because we are building a nation. We're not building a nation for only NDC. We are building a nation for the whole country, including you, who is not NDC, who is not NPP. But do you know that at a point in time, I always forget about Dr. Bawumia? Do you know that? Sometimes I forget about him. And you know why? Because of when I remember the sort of economic hardship I went through under the cruelty of NPP, under the hands of Dr. Bawumia being the economic messiah of this country, the so-called economic messiah of this country. When I remember the hardship, when I remember the fuel amount I used to buy over 22 Ghana cedis, when I remember the over-galloping amount of dollar that Abu Sultan people used to go and buy, then I forget. I just behave that let me just forget him. So sometimes I even forget. I go on TV stations, radio stations, and I even forget that there's somebody called Dr. Bawumia. Because when I remember him, sometimes the economic hardship starts to come again. But now, he's here talking about microeconomic indicators not cooking food on our tables. That's one of the hypocritical comments that I've been talking about. Intellectual dishonesty comments I've been talking about. We're in this country, when Dr. Bawumia told us that if we want to know what the economy really means, then we should look at the fundamental, we should look at the dollar. It's not part of issues of economy. Today, you see, I get worried and saddened when they speak this way. Today, you are using your V8. You used not to use your V8. You kept it down under President Akufo-Addo because of the overhyping amount of fuel prices. Today, you are comfortable, seated here, and you know that when you go out, fuel prices at Goil is 10 cedis 99 pesos. So you are happy. If you were a businessman, or if you have a relative that is a businessman, knows that the price of dollars have reduced. Yet you say President Mahama hasn't done anything. But you now we are now getting to know. Look, let me tell you, and I want to tell him that
people, right?
That reduction of fuel prices, that reduction of the dollar, put food on your table. And let me prove that to you. Today,
people are complaining about the price.
I'm coming today as we speak. When you go to buy rice, the price of rice has been reduced. True of us. You know that. You go to the market. As compared to the NPP regime, the price of rice has been reduced. So the price of oil has been reduced.
So we should blame
now,
interest.
An amount that we used to buy, in fact, just 2024, a bag of maize was sold about 1,200 Ghana cedis when you go to places like Upper Western. So now when you go to the same region, it's sold about 400, 500 Ghana cedis. A drastic reduction. So if it's sold at that amount, and the Kenke seller is supposed to reduce it, maybe there should be a government intervention, maybe through a certain ministry or a certain agency, to push for the reduction of it. If you say that, I agree with you.
The Consumer Protection Bill.
Thank you. Consumer Protection Bill. Maybe we should work on it. If you say that, then
so work on it.
That's what I'm saying. So if you are speaking in that agent, then I know that you are being nationalistic. not a propagandist.
Okay.
Today, this morning, as you sit here, you are just being a propagandist in all this matter.
You can't be on this set, talk about Dr. Bawumia, and leave your vice president. You should be ashamed of yourself that the vice president is not chairing the economic advisory committee.
Are you off my
can't be compared to Dr.
Are you off the speaker?
I hope you're
just off his mic.
You can't be compared. You guys, you lack the moral rights.
Conversation. So please join us on Zoom. Emmanuel.
Your sanitary pad you've budgeted for is over 45 Ghana cedis. That should tell you that you guys are hypocrites. You guys are deceptive. You are just a complete deception in this country. You claim your lies down, but the sanitary pad you put in your own budget is how much today? 45 cedis.
Can I ask for something from producer? Producer, please, when I'm on the floor and Emmanuel is speaking, kindly mute his microphone for me. Thank you very much.
Why?
All right, so Zoomers, you are joining us this morning. So Emmanuel says, why? Because I was on the floor. So mute his microphone so that we can have our Zoomers join us this morning.
Today, I'm not being fair to you.
Please join us this morning and let's have a conversation. Zoomers, please. Do we have our Zoomers ready?
I'm not ready, so you can focus on me for now. You can focus on me. But not Dr. Bawumia.
You said you gave.
The thing is, he tried to push out about Dr. Bawumia.
1 minute.
It's not true. You know why he tried to say about Dr. Bawumia?
You didn't speak for 1 minute. But
Dr. Bawumia is more competent than his vice president.
If you're joining us this morning, you are joining us to speak on the issues of the NaCCA withdrawing the teacher manual, and also we are speaking about President John Dramani Mahama's achievements in 1 year. We heard from Honorable Felix Ofosu-Kwakye about these things. You want to talk a bit about you want to talk a bit about transportation? I know yesterday night.
Yes, I want to. Yesterday night, talk about it. The transport minister and the deputy must resign. They are not doing anything. The deputy is just taking pictures. She's just taking pictures. That is not what we pay her to be doing. Honorable Dorcas, you have to resign. Turn down your resignation letter. You see how Ghanaians are suffering. The honorable people who pay you after you are paying them a pantry of 9 Ghana cedis. They'll go and kill you at various bus stop points. And all you do is to be taking pictures.
Have you given him the floor?
The two of them should resign. Both the substantive and the deputy, they should resign. They are not helping the president. We want to reset the economy. We want to reset the country. We want to support them.
All right, let me read
Dr. Bawumia even, signed an agreement for buses. They've cancelled that, the agreement.
I don't know what you've eaten this morning. But
this morning, I ate a waffle and a bobby.
I'm not sure you'll be fair to me. Look, he has spoken about waffle and so it's just good.
It looks like you are still.
The Zoom people are coming, right?
Oh, yeah, they'll join us.
I ate a waffle and a bobby taddy.
Okay, so I'll read a few messages. You ate what?
A waffle and a bobby taddy.
Can they send
Don't
me
eat it again in
the Zoom link?
Where you're coming.
It's good.
No,
can we get a Zoom link?
I don't like.
I was even looking for yesterday's pan not soup. I didn't get some. That's why I have to.
I don't like this level of Emmanuel because Emmanuel is not like this. And this morning, the Emmanuel.
I'm just not happy because the Mahama government is not being fair to us. They are not helping us.
Emmanuel, it's not. I think that when we are making our point, fact is the screams do not help. The scream doesn't actually let us know what you're saying. Tell us what you have to say.
But I'm saying that.
No, but you're screaming.
I'm screaming how?
You're actually going off saying I didn't even gaslight you.
No, what you were saying was completely not. It wasn't needed. What you said.
Let me tell you this. This is not the first time I've sat here and I've said that we need to stay off politics. This is like the 100th way.
Yes, but not Emmanuel. At a point when I am putting out a narrative. Not at a point when I'm putting out a narrative.
When somebody else puts out a narrative, I can.
And I'm saying that you can choose.
Are you not a communicator?
The person can choose to accept, but not in my case. When I know very well they have done same thing to us, I'll have to refer them to the dosages they gave to us.
So for me, if you sit here and I am the host, I choose what I say without you telling me what to say.
That is
Thank
fair.
You very
I also choose what to say without you directing me what I have to say.
I will direct you because
no, you can't put words in my mouth. That's why you should.
Roslyn,
you can't put words in my mouth.
I play with you. I never put words in your mouth.
Yes, so you can't direct me to say what I have to say. You know that. You know you can't direct me to say what I have to say.
Emmanuel, let me read.
You know that.
Let me read my messages. But you know what? I'll say.
You said you will direct me.
Wait.
That's what you said.
Wait.
And I said you can't direct me.
Wait. I will say this and I'll say this. For once, and I will not go back and forth with you on it.
Okay.
I won't.
Okay.
As a host, If you know my job, you won't say what you're saying.
But your job is not to direct me as to what I have to say. You know that. No, the rule of the game is you don't direct me what I have to say. You know that. You have your scope. I have my scope. You don't direct me what I have to say.
Good morning, Roslyn.
You know that.
Please, I plead with you to use the terms and their definition well. Why are we having the conversation when the people of NDC promised to put this LGBT plus bill into sign within the first year? And can you play the promise of Sam George? Let me read other messages, because at this point, can you please click on it for me? Because it's not working. I can't click. It's not working. Okay, I think we are having a few technical challenges this morning, huh? Okay. So good morning, Aja Roslyn. The teacher's guidebook entails a summary of what is in the pupil's textbook. I think we have to check in the pupil's textbooks. Perhaps the LGBTQ plus bill is well explained into details. Ghana is not for the NDC or NPP, but for Ghanaians. President Mahama should sack all those who made this thing to come out. If not, it may be true that this government took some money to infuse LGBTQ plus bills in our books. Ghanaians are watching closely. Thank you so much, Master Rahman. And this is what I've been trying to say, that Emmanuel is fighting me this morning. Bashiru didn't fight me when I said the same thing, but Emmanuel feels that I'm attacking him. I don't know why he feels I'm attacking him, but anyway, we continue. OPK Patriotic Voices also says that regards to Dr. Digitalization, Baumia, incoming flag bearer of the NPP 2028, and Honorable Sam Pine, incoming NPP National First Vice Chairman, Ghana is doomed under the bad leadership of Mahama and NDC government, with the God-fearing clergy conspicuously silent even in the light of Mahama's efforts to promote LGBTQ plus inclusion in our schools. We have heard of those who have received payments to shut up on it, with the government printing over 800,000 copies manual on LGBTQ plus and have distributed it to all schools to be introduced into our education system. So I'm urging Catholic Bishops Conference, chiefs, imams to rise up. So I don't know, it's coming from who? OPK. OPK, it has been withdrawn. Okay, thank you so much. Other messages? Good morning, Roslyn. Indeed, from Cape Coast. I feel Emmanuel is being shameless and a bit arrogant this morning. He's being a bit arrogant. Yes, I do agree with you with the arrogance. Let's look at the whole issue in a nationalistic way and not politicize it. Let's not politicize it. That's all I have asked for. Let's not politicize it. Good morning, Roslyn. I don't want to read this one. Please, let's move on. I don't want to read this one. I don't want people attacking Emmanuel, but if I say he's arrogant, yes, but that one is an attack to Emmanuel, and I won't read that one. Alhaji Hamza Pig Farm. Good morning, Roslyn. Please call Emmanuel to order. Respectful people are watching the program. He can make his points without shouting. Okay, let's continue. Please move on. Good morning, host. My question is for the NPP representative on your show. Where was he when Honorable Esla Usu and others were in Parliament defending the very issue they are now criticizing? It is one thing for the independent technocrats to offer analysis, but it's entirely different and unacceptable for the same NPP leadership who were once staunch defenders to now take the opposite position without acknowledgement. Comrade Bashiru Amantana has clearly presented the facts on this matter. Therefore, the gentleman from NPP should be prepared to engage with those facts and learn from them rather than simply resorting to blind defense. All right, let's continue. Good morning, Pretty Roslyn. Please let the NPP guy Senyo know that he like insulting the intelligence of others. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on. Somebody says, why are you allowing the man to be talking to you like that? I'm on TV. Don't worry. Behind the scenes, he can't talk to me like that. Let's continue. I try to control myself as a host. You have to control yourself. Sometimes you have to take a lot in, and then, behind the scenes, he knows me behind the scenes. Hadi from Pig Farm says, this man, Emmanuel, think Ghanaians have short memory. Everybody in Ghana knows the spearheaders of LGBTQ plus. No amount of propaganda and lies by Emmanuel and his nagging People's Party will bring down the government of President John Dramani Mahama. Can I get another message, please? Can we go down? Can we go down, please? Can we go down? Thank you so much.
Read it.
I won't read that one. That's why I am the host. If you like, you can be the host. Thank you very much. So, Madam Host, Roslyn and your panelists. Good morning, Roslyn and your panelists. Please ask the NPP man the year the teachers' guidelines were done. Okay. Any more? Let's go down. There are so many messages down there. Let's go down. Go down. Go down. Go down. Go down. Okay. All right, some messages down there. All right, let's move. Okay, so that'll be it for now. Okay, so are we? Okay, so we are done for the messages this morning. Okay. Let's move on to the next. So if you can join Zoom, we'll try and get the Zoom. But I think my producer just sent me top 20 items that recorded fall in prices in December 2025 as compared to December 2024. And we are seeing, can we have it on the screen, please? Okay, so we are looking at the top 20 items that recorded fall in prices in 2025 as compared to December 2024. We have Garden Eggs, 56.7%, Kontomire, 51.9%, Fish Fried, 44.5%, Pawpaw 43.6%, cabbage 43.2%, tomatoes 39.8%, okra 39%, carrot 27.6%, shea butter 21.4%, green pepper 21%, millet 20.6%, maize 19.4%, grapes 18.9%, gobe 15.7%, shelled granules 15.4%, banana. Can we have it on the screen, please? Banana 15.4%, guinea corn and sorghum 13.6%, beans 10.3%, groundnut oil 10.1%, and pito 8.7%. I asked that it projected on the screen because I don't want it to look like I'm reading from my head and somebody is thinking that I am reading from my head. So now it's on the screen. You have seen it. This is a fact check and it was done by our fact people. And so This is what it says, the prices of goods on the market that has dropped so far. Okay, so we're trying to raise our Zoomers, but unfortunately, it looks like we are having a bit of issue, so we can't. So we have to end the conversation now. So we are sorry that we couldn't answer our Zoomers this morning, and of course, we have to go as well. So a very big thank you to Emmanuel Amekplenu for being here. No, we are done. It's not me, the producer says we have to go. I'm sorry.
Projected Gobe there.
I'm sorry.
Gobe has not reduced.
I'm sorry.
Gobe is my favorite.
NPP.
Go to Accra Girls. There's a Gobe joint there. The price has never reduced.
The NDC this morning.
I am not being fair.
We have to go. So thank you so much for watching the show this morning.